Welcome and welcome. Today's recipe is all about the Saithe. It has many names: coley, coalfish, and in Deutsch it is Seelachs. North America, Atlantic Pollock. Well, in the Faroe Islands we call it upse. But people tend to underestimate the Saithe because of the color. But the taste is so much bigger than all the other tastes of the codfishes. So I think it's really good to put it into croquettes, because then you hide the color. But when you cook it, it turns out to be just as white flesh as cod is. So we're gonna make croquettes with Saithe, with some rutabaga or sweet puree, and then a herb salad. So I'll chop these up in chunks, not too small, because I want to see the flesh in the croquettes. For the mixture for the croquettes, I first have some cooked hot potatoes. I'll mash those. Next, shallots. I'll just dice these very thinly. I like big flavors for croquettes because you just have a small mouthful and it's gonna explode in your mouth. I'll just use one large garlic. That's it. And then some rosemary. Then I put this into the mixture as well. And now the cheese. I'm gonna put this in some larger chunks. So hopefully when I have cooked them, they will melt and do like a mozzarella string. Into the mixture. Lemon zest on a good day like this. It's just so good. And then some lemon juice. So you can just imagine the taste of this, huh? All the good things here in life into one bowl. And then the Saithe. I have melted butter. The aromas here is so good. And the cheese is already starting to melt because of the potatoes and the melted butter. Wow. So to mold them, I just use a spoon. You can make them into balls. And now for the dip sauce. I want to make a puree out of sweets. Sweets are also called rutabaga, or just kohlrabi as we call them here. In with the shallots and garlic. I don't want to use any herbs because I want to have a color that's totally uniform. Then I take potatoes, and I use potatoes because of texture. And I want the puree to be a bit firm. Sometimes it gets just too thin. All right, sweet. So just into chunks. And I'm gonna add this to the sauté. And I'll just add some water. Lid on. So now I'm gonna crumb the croquettes. I'm taking first flour and then into egg whites and then Japanese breadcrumbs called panko. And you can see behind me, they're coming with more fish, more Saithe. I'm not that hungry, but it's for all of you guys around the world. We export them directly to you. So these ones are done. And I'm gonna put them up in the blender. And I'm gonna add a little bit of horseradish just to underline this edge that the sweets have. And I'm gonna be a bit careful with it because sometimes they're just so strong, it goes straight up to your brain. All right, lid on, start blending. Yes, that's beautiful. if you can't find sweets, maybe you could use parsnips, carrot, some other root vegetables. But this one, I've overgone myself. So I'm gonna start frying now. And I'm using an oil with a hot smoking point because this is about 200 degrees Celsius right now. What I'm doing is I'm of course crisping up the panko so you get a really nice crust to it. But at the same time, I'm not frying the saithe in an oil of 200 degrees. I would ruin the fish. So it's crispy on the outside, but it's poaching on the inside. I'll give it about 7 or 8 minutes and then it's done. And look at this. Would you eat this? Ha! I think you would, huh? I'm just gonna take these ones and put them on some paper to get rid of the excess oil. And then it's time to plate and finally eat. I'll start with the dip sauce. It's a beautiful texture. Like that. And then the warm croquettes. Oh, this is good. Vel gagnist. And now for the finale. I got to taste these ones. Wow. Beautiful white fish. Ha! Crunchy, sweet, savory, onion, the cheese. Wow. So if you want a good tasty fish, a good white fish, and a really cheap fish, I really think you should try this.
You'll find this recipe, more recipes and information about seafood from the Faroe Islands at faroeseafood.com.